Hey there, TRASTRA fans. Lots to discuss today. First off, we're pouring one out for Charlie Munger, the legendary Berkshire Hathaway Vice Chairman and not so fan in cryptocurrencies, who passed away at 99 on Thursday. But in a twist that's more crypto than crypto itself, a meme coin named after Munger skyrocketed and then plummeted in a classic pump and dump. And then there's Elon Musk, the man, the myth, the chronic foot in the mouther. I don't know. At a recent event, he told his advertisers, and particularly Disney's CEO Bob Iger, to go take a hike. Well, he used other words. We'll talk about that later. And wouldn't you know it, in another quirk of the Crypoverse, Hey Bob coin appeared and disappeared faster than you can say Tesla. Moving on to something a bit more stable, I guess. Except not really. Binance is bidding goodbye to its stablecoin BUSD. Users, you've got till December 15th to convert or withdraw your BUSD before it goes the way of the dodo. The ETF news, Pando Asset is jumping into the Bitcoin ETF race in the US. They're betting on Bitcoin's price and banking on Coinbase for custody. We'll definitely cover that in this issue. Speaking of Coinbase, they dropped an ad that's got everyone talking, but let's be real. While it's cool and all that, it's not exactly curing cancer or landing us on Mars. Remember, folks, financial engineering isn't always a compliment. So we'll talk about the ad. I'll actually play it out to you. It's like less than 2 minutes, so it's very entertaining. November was a tough month for the crypto world. We're talking $363 million, the equivalent in crypto, of course. Dollars lost to scams and exploits. And in more international news, Alejandro Cao-de-Benos, the founder of the North Korea Friendship Association, got nabbed in Madrid for allegedly helping North Korea dodge US sanctions with crypto, among other things. We'll talk about that. Bankless and Bankless DAO are thinking about going their separate ways. Not a life-changing news, but I interviewed Bankless co-founder David Hoffman a few years back. So I guess this particular happening holds some sentimental value for me. Over in the UK, the FCA is discussing fiat-backed stablecoins. They're all about consumer protection, but the real question is, do UK customers even need these when they've got their, good old debit cards? It's a very interesting issue. We'll touch on that, but it's really voluminous. So, and remember the Kyber swap hacker from episode 90? Now they're demanding full control of the company with a surprising twist. We'll discuss it later in the video. Circle, the folks behind USDC, might be eyeing a public listing in 2024. Will they hit that $90 billion valuation they were looking at last year? Stay tuned, we'll find out soon enough. And finally, in the tale of real estate meets crypto scandal, NBA star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander bought a house from a Ponzi scheme operator, this disgusting Aiden Platursky character. If you plan on Googling him, do it on an empty stomach. Now angry investors keep showing up at the door and disrupting the b-ball star's daily life, and to the point when he wants to reverse the sale, it's going to cost him, definitely, we're talking $8 million. Weird, wild stuff. Anyway, this is just a taste, so sit back and enjoy the rest of episode 91 of your beloved TRASTRA Newsreel. I'm sure you heard former Berkshire Hathaway Vice Chairman and Warren Buffett's right-hand man, Charlie Munger, who dismissed crypto as worthless, no good, disgusting, evil, and massively stupid, died on Thursday at age 99. Interestingly, the Munger token, a meme coin launched in the wake of Munger's death, experienced a dramatic rise and fall in the textbook case of pump and dump. The Ethereum-based token, which surged 31,000% shortly after Munger's passing, has since plummeted by 97.6% to a negligible valuation. I'm going to take that in air quotes. Initially, the coin's market cap soared, but so many air quotes, market cap soared, but has now dropped to just over $18,000 with its liquidity dwindling to around $13,000. The coin's trading volume also collapsed from $3.57 million in its first 24 hours to a mere $23,000 the following day. So once again, friends, it's a game. Nothing more, nothing less. And a vicious one at that. So if you either learn to play it or stay the fuck away, I guess is the Munger's lesson from the grave. And of course, Elon Musk, the Musk, with his almost deliberate chronic stupidity. Last week, during an interview at the New York Times Deal Book Summit, the supposed richest man on earth told his ex-advertisers and Disney's CEO Bob Iger in particular to go fuck themselves. And what do you know? Immediately after, in fact, I'd say during the event, a Hey Bob coin pumped like crazy, only to disappear into oblivion mere days later. Today it trades, well, it doesn't really trade. Anyway, moving on. Binance is winding down the services for its native stablecoin BUSD. According to an announcement, the exchange will cease support for all BUSD products following taxes halting the minting of new coins. Binance said users should withdraw or convert their existing BUSD into other assets before December 15th, prior to its beginning the process of disabling withdrawals for BUSD on December 31st. At that point, existing balances will automatically be converted into first digital USD for certain users, and other users, well, I'll just have to wait. Asset manager Pando Asset has become an unexpected late entrant into the spot Bitcoin ETF race in the United States. On November 29th, Pando submitted a Form S-1 used to register the Pando Asset Spot Bitcoin Trust with the SEC. Like other ETF bids, the trust aims to track Bitcoin's price, entrusting the custody of Bitcoin to Coinbase. Speaking of Coinbase, the exchange came out with an ad that set crypto Twitter aflutter, but if you watch our TikTok, and if you don't, I think you're missing out. You know how I love to hate those things, and this ad is no exception. Here, it's not too long, I'll play it for you.
There's a system, Emma.
We're born into it. A system with numbers and papers.
And lines and waiting. You work hard, get good grades, go to college.
I want to go to college.
I got good grades. I overachieved.
That's right, she did.
Debt is good?
Debt is so good.
So much debt.
I can totally save up and buy a house and start a family.
I want a family.
Oh.
Starting a family means you need 2 or 3 jobs.
You can't afford to buy.
Oh.
You can't afford to rent. Used cars cost as much as the new ones.
Oh.
It's weird.
Good debt is
I
good.
was head of my class.
Houses are too expensive. You work hard, get good.
The system, the numbers.
Rent is freaking insane.
Breaking news. Everything is terrible.
Does it have to be this way?
What if it was different?
It's always been that way.
We've got to build our way out of it. Yeah.
Put control back to the hands of the people.
Not the bureaucracy.
A system with less paperwork.
No waiting, no lines.
Permissionless.
Just because you're born into a system
Doesn't mean you have to live with it.
So yeah, I would cheer for an ad like that from a pharmaceutical company that finally found a cure for cancer, or an aerospace shop that put a man on Mars. But from a cryptocurrency exchange, let's just not forget that financial engineering is actually a derogatory term. And if you do want to build a better financial system, it's more about policy and civil consensus rather than more tradable securities and elaborate derivatives. So I've said that many times before, so I'm not going to bore you with that once again. Yeah, speaking of elaborate derivatives, the cryptocurrency industry has now seen the most damaging month for crypto thievery, scams, and exploits in 2023, with crypto criminals walking away with $363 million in November. According to blockchain security firm CertiK, around $316.4 million came from exploits alone. Flash loans inflicted $45.5 million in damage, and $1.1 million was lost to various exit scams. Spanish National Police arrested yesterday in Madrid Alejandro Cao de Baños, the founder of the Korea Friendship Association, KFA, and special delegate of the Committee for Cultural Relations Abroad of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, for a crime of swindling by allegedly helping the North Korean regime to evade economic sanctions imposed by the U.S. administration. The National Police's Fugitive Locator Group received a request from Interpol at the behest of the FBI, which accuses Cao de Baños of organizing the 2018 trip to Pyongyang of Virgil Griffith, a cryptocurrency expert and Ethereum developer who pleaded guilty last year to conspiring to help North Korea evade sanctions. The creators of the cryptocurrency media outlet Bankless and the associated Bankless DAO have suggested separating the brand from the DAO. Bankless co-founders David Hoffman and Ryan Sean Adams plan to submit a governance proposal to Bankless DAO to separate the two entities. Hoffman and Adams' decision to separate Bankless from Bankless DAO came in response to community criticism of Bankless DAO's application for a grant from Arbitrum. I mean, Google this further. This is actually interesting. I interviewed David Hoffman a few years back when he was just, starting out peddling tokenized real estate when this thing was just getting its start, and it was very exotic at the time. I'll link the video in the description, so check that out. In the United Kingdom, the Financial Conduct Authority, FCA, has released a discussion paper on fiat-backed stablecoins targeting consumers interested in using them for everyday transactions. I don't think there's actually such a group in existence, but this move, still in its early stages, aims to introduce UK-issued asset-backed regulated stablecoins under FCA supervision, with plans for overseas issued approved stablecoins to follow. The FCA emphasizes stringent consumer protections, including rights of redemption, stability in coin value, and safeguards against issuer failure. Anti-money laundering measures will be enforced upon redemption. This initiative, steering clear of entities like Tether or USDC, appears to pave the way for non-banks to issue private asset-backed pounds. However, the actual use cases for such stablecoin for ordinary UK consumers who already have access to similar services via debit cards is questionable. I remember Kyber swap hacker. I covered this in episode 90. Well, he's finally revealed the conditions that needed to be fulfilled for him to return some of the funds taken from their $46 million hack. Listen to this. In an on-chain message, the hacker said they wanted total control of the Kyber company and its assets, both on-chain and off-chain. While the hackers' demands may be absurd, they also said what they would do if they were fulfilled. According to the message, they would double the salary of Kyber employees and buy out its executives before kicking them out of the company. The hacker also gave the Kyber team until December 10th to fulfill the demands. So this dude is a fucking commie. According to people with knowledge of the matter, Circle, the issuer of the USDC stablecoin, is considering going public early in 2024. The company is talking to advisors as it prepares for a potential initial public offering, said the people. Deliberations are ongoing and there's no certainty that Circle will decide to proceed with the listing, people said. While it's unclear what sort of valuation Circle would seek, the last time it was attempting a blank check IPO in 2022, the company was valued at $9 billion. So simple math, probably about 15 now. We'll see. It's actually interesting. And finally, when you buy a nice house, make sure previous owner wasn't a crypto Ponzi scammer. Basketball player Shai Gilgeous-Alexander bought a house in Toronto previously owned by Aiden Platursky, the guy who was kidnapped and tortured over 3 days by an extremely upset investor inquiring as to where all his money went. Further aggrieved investors are still showing up at the house, so Gilgeous-Alexander wants to reverse the sale, and since we're talking about $8 million buy, and some change, some painful litigation and fat lawyer fees are sure to come. Now, this whole story is really bizarre. I mean, for one thing, after a 3-day torture marathon, a person should have more than a black eye, but apparently Platursky not only made out okay, he's riding around in LA in supercars and mail ordering women from different places, all the while being in the middle of a bankruptcy. I can only say one thing. It's a good thing that Charlie Munger is not alive to see this. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully it's been as entertaining for you as it was for me to make. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and particularly make sure to subscribe to our TikTok, where we keep the short ones. They're more concise, more entertaining. So please do so. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.